When we think about the world today, there are so many changes, so much unpredictability, so many fundamental shifts in the way in which nature is working and our relationship with nature, and the way in which people are moving all around the world and connecting or clashing, in the ways in which technology is shaping our everyday lives. AI is even further transforming and inviting us to question what it means to be a human being, what intelligence is all about. Living in this world, understanding sort of academic achievement solely, I would say, is not enough. We may want to understand history and science and the disciplines and the amazing construction of disciplines and music and art. But what we need is a compass. We need a compass to navigate a world that is much less predictable than the work of past generations. We need an ethical compass, moral compass, a civic compass, a compass that allows us to make decisions about who we are and how we stand in the world. In the work that we are doing at Project Zero, part of that compass has to do with global competence, with our idea that we are part of a much, much larger community, the community of humanity, if you wish, and that each one of us is situated in a particular place in this world and can bring the cultures where we're from, the experiences that we have, into conversations from other places. So essentially what becoming or being globally competent means in today's world is being able to understand the world in which we live, bring the disciplines and our multiple forms of knowing to make sense of the world in which we live, and view ourselves as local, national, and global actors able to make a difference, able to make this world a little bit better, and able, I would say, to lead healthy and fulfilling lives wherever in the world it is that we are living. I think that there's something particularly exciting about doing innovation in education in contexts that are not necessarily the traditional Western context, in which quite a bit of innovation has been done in the past. There is innovation taking place in Latin America, in Asia, in many places around the world. So the question here is, can we innovate in education? Think about the ways in which the contributions of Vietnamese traditions, cultures, languages, dialects, and so forth. Can we think about the contributions that can stem from the collectivist mindset, the value of family, the value for virtue and connection and solidarity that we see in the Vietnamese context? What is a contribution of these values, these ways of looking at life, these ways of connecting with one another to the rest of the world? So when we think about global competence with deep roots, is really inviting us to value the sense of belonging that we have in a particular place, the places where we come from, and putting this expertise, this gaze, this way of looking at the world in dialogue with the rest of the world. So putting it simply, I would say that global competence is really not a matter of children in Vietnam sort of learning only about the world of the West, but it's really children in Vietnam learning how to tell their story to the rest of the world, how to tell their landscapes, how to describe their families, their people to the rest of the world, so that the world can be a little bit more horizontally in dialogue with one another. I think it's interesting. Every generation faces the challenge of defining what is the best form of learning for the next generation. And this is a really incredibly important job that educators have to do, and this process of deciding what is best for kids and what prepares kids best for the future is accelerating. It used to be from one generation to the next. Now we really need to be thinking about a moving landscape in this regard. So I would say that if we think about this idea of, what the best education would be like, I would say that the best education in any generation will be the one that is more human-centered, more child-centered, and more that prepares the child in the best possible way to be a serious, active, joyful, healthy participant in the construction of his or her life, in his or her flourishing, and that this flourishing does not happen in isolation, but it really happens in community with others flourishing as well. So looking at the state of the world today, I would say that we have a lot of work to do. With Regen at Project Zero, we're working very seriously on thinking about learning as a response to some pieces that are not working in our planet today, as a response to healing the relationship that children have with nature. Over the last few years, gadgets have separated the children from enjoying the direct contact with nature and the falling in love with nature so that we can take care of the planet in a genuine way. On another front, I think that a contemporary education needs to heal the ways in which we have come to learn to otherings and to distance ourselves from one another, to polarize our discourse, to not seek agreements, to not seek connection and dialogue. So again, here is an opportunity for us to think about an education that seeks to heal our capacities for dialogue and our capacities for living together, living with one another. And that is the job of the next generation. That's the job of all of us. But I think that would be quite central to the work of this generation that comes, that is growing up today. And that would be perhaps the best way to prepare them. I believe that the best education always has two fingers taking the pulse of contemporary societies, and that the best curricula do not come necessarily from a book. They come from looking at the world, looking at what people who have enormous degrees of experience and capacity to interpret the world, are helping us understand, and therefore developing options and learning experiences for children that are deeply connected to responses to our contemporary world. We cannot prepare the children for the future if our curriculum is a curriculum of the past, and if our practices are the practices of the past. So that needs to be revised, and that's what we're all about.